This is the micro-homily for the 12th of March. Please read the readings before listening to the homily. Hosea has spent 13 chapters giving the diagnosis. The people, especially the leaders, are unfaithful to God. They no longer make an effort to walk in the path that God has set out for them. They no longer rely with all their heart and soul and mind on the help of God. Instead, they're going to do things their way. They'll make political alliances like with Assyria. That did not end well for them. They will rely on their own military power. The horse was the vehicle of warfare. It wasn't a leisure activity, horse riding, it was military training. And while they did things their way, thinking their way was better than God's way, they carried on with their rituals, with the sacrifices, as if the smoke from the sacrifices would blind God to fail, so he would fail to see that they weren't keeping their part of the covenant. Well, having given the diagnosis in this final chapter, today's reading, Hosea offers hope. He looks at the possibility of repentance, that they'll abandon efforts to do things their way and return to God's way. And what will the consequence be? Forgiveness and reconciliation from God. In that gospel reading, that scribe who exclaimed with joy, having heard the truth expressed so clearly by Jesus, that loving God and loving your neighbour, keeping the divine law, is far more important than sacrificing. What joy it was to him to hear what must have been his own thoughts coming from the mouth of Jesus. We are called, of course, to offer to God our worship, but that can never be a substitute for living a life of compassionate love, loving God and loving people.